Very good afternoon to all. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. Our today's topic of discussion is effective use of TallyPrime, where our expert for today, CA Pankaj Deshpande, is going to help us with the discussion. So we all use TallyPrime, but I'm sure most of us use only the features which is convenient for all of us. So I'm sure this session will be very useful for everyone present, and we will definitely upload the video for future purpose. So a brief introduction for our speaker. Pankaj is a qualified information system auditor. He is practicing in the specialized area of accounting systems. He has conducted tally and accounts training for all sorts of crowd, be his fellow members of ICI, CA students, state tax departments, and businessmen. He says training is his passion as well as profession and has conducted more than 3,000 hours of training since last 12 years. We are glad Pankaj has taken out time from his very busy schedule and agreed to do a session with us. Welcome, Pankaj sir. A note to the audience that please do not raise hands so that we'll take the questions at the end from the raised hands. For now, please stick to Q&A for questions, and for comments you can use the chat box. Thank you so much. Over to you, Pankaj sir.
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. Today it is a budget day, and most of the chartered accountants are thinking about budget only, I know. So today we are going to discuss about effective use of Tally, as absolutely rightly said by Komal ma'am, that we go on using Tally. Rather, chartered accountants community, it is generally, I say about chartered accountants community, that chartered accountants literally love Tally. They do not use Tally, they love Tally. They always suggest Tally to their clients. Why? Because they are most comfortable with Tally. This is the only reason. And the power of simplicity, the slogan of Tally, fits absolutely right with this particular software. So are we really using this software effectively? This is my question. So if we are using it effectively, it is a very good sign. But if we are not, we must use it effectively, because the tool is available in our hands. We have already paid for it. Then why not to encash it? This is my question. So basically, we are going to discuss about effective use of Tally. So how many of you feel that you are using the Tally effectively? Just let me know. Just type E for effectively using Tally. Just let me know. E, okay. Hussein Teenwala, Rakesh M, yes. Can't say, very good. Ganesh Paule. Yes, Aniruddha, E, yes. There are some E, there are not sure also. Nikita Chaveri, E, need to know more from you. Yes, very good. Pramod Limay, very good. So there are different reactions about using effectively Tally. Please remember, I always believe in one particular sentence. Just a minute. There is no limit. There is no limit for improvement. If we want to improve, there is no limit. So Tally is a huge ocean where we can explore so many things. And in today's session, we are going to explore so many things about Tally. Some of the things you might be using already, but there will be always a certain different dimension of using a particular thing. Just give me a few seconds. So I think my problem is solved. No, not at all solved. Just give me a few seconds to change the data. Just change the data from. I am changing the data from one laptop to another. My laptop, there is some problem in video. On this laptop, the video is working correctly. So I am changing the data. Just give me a minute only.
So if it takes time, so you can continue in this and you can switch off the camera in the other one, the one you have data in.
Yes, that is also a good solution. Very good. Yeah. Just I'm using now 2 laptops. Don't worry. It is also a good suggestion. I restarted my laptop. I changed the laptop, but somehow I don't know, the video is not working. So let us use the video from this laptop and let us. So effective use of Tally, ERP9 or TallyPrime, whatever it may be, you can use all the features in both the softwares, but I would suggest all of you, if you are using ERP9, just shift to TallyPrime. What is effective use? First of all, we must understand what is effective use. By effective use, I am not going to show you PowerPoint presentation. Please remember, it is for few minutes only. 90% of the time will be spent on Tally screen only. Don't worry. So, what is effective use? Basically, effective use is nothing but optimum use. Now, what is optimum? Optimum means as it should be at best level. So we can definitely use Tally at best level, and to use the Tally software at best level, we need to understand the Tally software. So optimum use, what is the objective of using Tally at optimum level? It must save our time. What is optimum use? It must save our time, it must save efforts, and it must save money also for us, or rather it must generate money. Now many a times when I say that you can save money by using Tally, you can generate money by using Tally, people get surprised. How is it possible? Let me explain. Now, are we using Tally effectively at optimum level? Some of you, I ask this question to all of you. Some of you have this type of reaction. No, not at all. Some of you, yes, using it, and some of you were confused, don't know. Are we using the software at optimum level? This is what we want to learn today. This is what we want to explore today. This was the reaction from all of you, combined reaction. So we are going to discuss this aspect in the optimum use of Tally in 4 points. What are these 4 points? Data safety and security. Then there are certain features, there are certain reports, and accessibility point. These are the points which we are going to discuss today. One by one, we will start discussing all the points. So let me open the company, Tally company. Now I hope you are able to view Tally screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is my PowerPoint screen. Data safety and security, features, reports, and accessibility. This is what we are going to discuss today. Look at this picture. What do you feel after looking at this picture? Your chats, your replies are expected.
It's actually okay for me, Mr. Hussain, if you can use a earphone.
Yes. All of us means most of the participants are saying audio level is okay. So there might be problem at your end, Mr. Hussain. So what this person is thinking, he is depressed, he is about to commit a suicide, he is ready with his gun. And why this is so? Please remember, this type of situation may be there if you lose your data in the last week of September month. Please remember, this is quite possible, and I do not want you to be in this position. Now what you can do, the first job, please remember, the first job when we use Tally, if you want to use it at optimum level, you must have, rather we must have a system of safety and security for data. Auto backup system is extremely must. Please remember, whatever type of auto backup system you are using, use it. If you are not using, do have some auto backup system at your end. Auto backup, there are so many lot of auto backup systems available in the market. You can opt for any of the system and have auto backup on remote location. Please remember, if you do not have it, you may lose your complete data. It is not about Tally, it is about everything. Every electronic data, digital data must be safe, must be kept at safe place, local as well as remote. And there is one more concept that is called as security and access control. Deletion, alteration, backdated access, this must be prevented. Please remember, I have seen in many cases that this access is not prevented, and in some cases people even don't know that this is possible in Tally. Many people think that in Tally you can alter any entry, any voucher, any ledger master data at any point of time. It is true, but please remember, this is possible only if you are not using security control. So we need to use security control. Let me give you a quick demo of security control, how we can use it. There are certain points about security control. Let me explain, which you might not be knowing. If we go to this company screen, and if we go to Alta screen, security control, use user access to company data. I must say yes to it. Username administrator, password, we can opt for any of type of the password. Enable Tally audit features. Yes, disallow opening in educational mode. By default, this option is no, you can set it to yes. Disallow opening in educational mode. When you set this option to yes, your data will not get open in educational mode. Please remember, if anybody is taking out your data out of the office and he wants to use it, he or she wants to use it or misuse it rather, you must keep this option yes, disallow opening in educational mode. The person may not be having Tally license at his home in his personal computer, so he or she will not be able to open your data. If this is set to yes, your Tally data will get opened only in case there is a license. So this is the basic security control which we must use. After we set this to yes, what is possible in Tally? There are so many possibilities in Tally. Let us go and quickly understand the possibilities. User roles, users and passwords, and password policy. These are the three menus available. In today's session, we have to discuss so many things. Hence, I am going to give you a quick demo of all the features. In case you want me to discuss in detail on a particular issue, you can just type in the chat box. So let us go to this password policy first. In password policy, there are very simple questions. You can understand these questions very easily by just reading it. There is no specific expertise required for understanding this. It is the power of simplicity. Activate password policy, yes. Minimum password length. Set advanced parameters for password strength. I am setting it to yes. Now we will get additional question. Minimum number of alphabetic character, minimum number of numeric character, minimum number of special characters. You can specify the style of password also. Password expiry after, you can type the number of days here, 30, 60, 90, 100, whatever it may be, you can type. Then notify users before password expire. It should be yes. Restrict the use of old password. Okay, we will restrict the use of old password, no problem. But for how many number of passwords? We can restrict 5 numbers, 6 numbers, 7 numbers. What does it mean? If I am using my password as ABCD1234, the same password, if it gets expired after 30 days, period of 30 days, the same password cannot be used again. This is a very good control provided by Tally. And it is not available only in TallyPrime, it is available in ERP9 also. Then change password on first login, yes. Allow users to change their password, yes. Users can also change their passwords, please remember. So this type of password policy must be set. Let us go to this company menu again, and then go to user roles. In case of user roles, you can create any number of roles here. I have created some roles here, but I am now opening this accountant option. Use basic facilities of owner. Name of the role is accountant. Days allowed for backdated vouchers, I have set it to 7. You can type anything as per requirement. Now there is a question from my side. Ideally, what should be the figure here? Days allowed for backdated vouchers. Ideally, what should be the figure? Just let me know in the chat box. I am waiting for your chat. Very good. Yes. 1, 0. Shraddha Pandya says 30. Vinit Jain 0. There are 125 participants. As per requirement or 0. Rakesh M says 0. 3 especially to finalize sales. Okay. 1, 9, 30. Rajendra. Anita Jain 30. Bharti Rajbar 30. Okay. Amit Shrivas 7 days. Suresh Jain 2 days. Nikita Jhaveri 3. Nuruddin 30. Okay. Vinay Singhal 30 minutes. Unfortunately, we cannot specify it in minutes. Please remember, in Tally, there is no facility as far as today is concerned. Tomorrow, I don't know what Tally is going to give us, but today you cannot set it in minutes. We can set it in numbers only, days only. 0 ideally and any further as per company policy. Okay. Thank you very much for your responses. Now, let me tell you that ideally it should be 0 only. Practically, it may not be possible to set it to 0, but ideally it should be 0. Why? Because whenever you are creating certain data in Tally, in your accounting system, every piece of data, every transaction is a sensitive transaction. Please remember, and nobody should be allowed to change it later. In case of mistake, just pass a rectification entry. You should not alter the original transaction. But some people set it to 30. Why? Because till the time of filing of GST returns, there may be certain changes. So in that case, we need to alter. But at lower level, when a junior accountant is recording the data, for him or her, it should be 0. The alterations, modifications may be performed by some senior level person. So ideally, it should be 0 for all. If you are not able to do it 0 for all, then make it 0 for lower level accounting staff. And for one particular person, it may be 30 or 60 days, maximum 60 days. So this is the case. Let us move ahead. Sanjeev Goyal, I don't want to change the entry, but want to pass new entry in backdated. This is possible. Theoretically, it is possible in Tally. You can do it that no entry will be altered once it is entered. Once a voucher is saved, it will not be altered, but you can still allow backdated voucher entry access. It is possible, but logically it is not correct. It should not happen. Such type of facility should not be given because it may disturb your GST return. Please remember, once a GST return filed, nobody should be allowed to alter the data. Even if you have filed wrong GST return, you should not alter the Tally data. You can modify, you can amend the vouchers, you can amend the transactions in GST return on later date. Yes. So allow to save report view for this company, allow to delete saved views for this company, set alter rules for print before save. Allow to override tax details. These are some of the options. Again, security control is a very, very big topic. We can discuss it for full day also. But basically, let me explain what are the features available in this. Now, at the time of setting access, there are two sections here. One is left-hand side, other is right-hand side. On left-hand side, it is disallow the following facilities, and on right-hand side, it is allow the following facilities. On left-hand side, whatever we are doing, it will disallow the facilities. For example, I am saying alter, then accounting masters. So in this case, what will happen? Accounting master alteration means ledger, group, cost center, budget. These are accounting masters, means financial accounting masters. So all the financial accounting master alteration will be prevented. Now, if I say create accounting masters, then creation of ledger will be prevented. For whom? For the person who is having security level of accountant. So accountant, the security level of accountant will prevent creation or alteration of accounting master. I can set this also, create alter accounting masters. Then I can set create inventory masters. Then I can set alter statutory masters. So this way you can set this security control. I had set the back date as 30 days, but found that staff is accessing entries much before 30 days. When I raised ticket with Tally help, I was informed that unless you restrict it by disallowed 30 days, limit will not work. Yes, absolutely right. In case you find any difficulty, I am going to give you a number, a phone number. You can call my office also. We are also ready to help. No problem at all. Because security control is a tricky issue. Unless and until we work on actual data, we cannot identify the problem, and it is very important to set the securities level. So there are options here: alter, create, create oblique alter, display, display oblique print, full access, preview, and print. These are the options available here. Similarly, we will be having option on the right hand side also. On the right hand side, similarly, we can have same thing. Means on left hand side we are preventing something, and on right hand side we are allowing something. So you can have a permutation combination of all. You can have a permutation combination. There can be thousands of permutation combinations here. Can we have a security combination that can be copied in multiple companies? Unfortunately, no. You cannot copy this security control, it is combination in other company. You will have to set it for each company separately. Is it possible to fix days per voucher type? It is possible, but not in by default Tally. For that purpose, you need to buy add-on. That add-on is available on Tally shop only. You can buy that add-on at a very nominal price, very nominal price. It is something extra, so you can do it. Voucher type wise, it is possible. Quite interesting. Even today, I change April, May 22 entries. No, not, it should not be. If you are able to do it, just prevent it, because it is actually a peace of mind for you also as a chartered accountant. We, all of us are chartered accountant here, or most of us are chartered accountants, because this is Tally CA Connect program. I have just started the session, but there are so many queries about security control. It is normal. It is my normal experience that whenever I talk about security control, people go on asking questions and questions, so many questions. Can I fix the upper limit of value for a user to pass entry by default? No, it is not possible. You need to customize. You cannot set that the user will be able to pass payment entry up to rupees 10,000 only. But what you can do, I will suggest one thing: let the user pass that entry, and you have approval system, voucher approval system. Voucher approval system means all the payment vouchers will be what I can say, that will be entered into accounting system only after approval. The voucher will be recorded, it will be saved in Tally, but it will be parked at some other place unless and until it is approved. So once it is approved, then only it will go, it is going to affect the accounting system, it is going to affect the trial balance. In that you can do that. Means the vouchers up to rupees 10,000 will be approved by one person, vouchers above rupees 10,000 will be approved by another person. This is also possible. It will be possible with voucher approval system only. That is again an add-on. It is available on Tally shop. You can buy it at a very nominal rate. Okay, since to be is available on 14th day of the next month only, this is normal, and hence for purchases the day should be 15, but sales can be locked in. The Tally should provide basic since this normal situation. Yes, Tally should provide this, but it is provided through add-on. It is available on Tally shop. So voucher type wise security is possible. What if I don't want to stick current year books but want to ensure that there, you just Puja Garg, you can separate two companies, Tally companies, split the Tally company data and log that company. Doesn't matter. What if we forget security code? How can we recover our data then? Devanshu Ariwala. Okay. Please clarify, use basic facilities of owner. Okay. Let me explain. Devanshu Ariwala, I am asking your question. What if we forget the security code? This question is extremely important. You have asked this question, very good. Now let me tell you one particular thing. In Tally there are two types of security control. What are these two types of security control? One is called as the basic security control, other is called as Tally vault. If you are locking the data, if you are protecting the data with the basic security control, there is a possibility of getting your data even if you forget your password. How? Please don't ask me in this session, but there is a possibility. Second, if you are applying Tally vault password, please remember there is no possibility of recovering data if you forget your password. So if you are applying Tally vault password, please be extremely careful. Write down that password on a piece of paper and keep that piece of paper separately at a safe place. Please remember. So Tally vault password cannot be recovered. Now one more last question, then we will move ahead. Please clarify the meaning of use basic facilities of owner. Yes, okay. Sanjeev, go ahead. Does this configuration at client level or general configuration for all the parties? Sarvesh Arya, I could not understand your question. Does this configuration at client level or general configuration or the parties? All the parties means all the Tally companies. If you want to say all the Tally companies, no, not at all. It is for one particular Tally company only. Use basic facilities of owner. Now I am going to answer this question. Use basic facilities of owner. Owner is a basic facility provided in Tally. Owner is a role in Tally in security control, and owners have all the facilities. All the facilities means everything will work for owner. Owner may create data, alter data, master data, transaction data. He may record the backdated entry also. Now, when we set here use basic facilities of owner, all the facilities that are available to the owner will be available to this user, subject to the restrictions which we are applying in the lower part of this screen. Means if owner is able to create master data, create ledger, and if we do not say anything about ledger creation in the lower part of the screen, for example, this, if it is end of list year, if it is end of list year, and if it is end of list year. Now here we are using the use basic facilities of owner, means owner is having the facility to create the ledger data, ledger master, and here we are not disallowing it, then this facility is by default available to accountant. But if we here disallow accounting master creation, then this user, the accountant user, will not be having the facility to create ledger. I hope I have answered this question. So if you do not understand anything about it, or if you are confused about it, always set it to owner. Please remember, if you set it to some other user, for example, data entry, now accountant is at upper level and data entry is at lower level. Now there will be a conflict. Please remember, conflict in facilities. So by default, set it to higher level. Set it to higher level. So I am pressing escape. So security and control, security and access control, this is extremely important to have peace of mind. Please remember, if you want to use effectively, if you want to use Tally software effectively, proper security and access control must be there, and this must be reviewed at regular intervals. Let us move ahead. Master data creation or alteration. Yes. Now features. Let us talk about features. Tally has got a wonderful GST feature, and you can use Tally for your GST return filing also. There are so many advantages of using GST returns, GST accounting, complete GST accounting in Tally. But I have seen that people are not using these facilities. I have seen many chartered accountants who use Tally software, and what they do, they take the data from Tally software into Excel, they import that data into some GST return filing software, and then they file GST return from that software. Now, if you are doing like this, what are the problems? Let me explain what are the problems. If means accounting data is maintained in Tally software only, no problem. Accounting data is maintained in Tally software. This is first data. Then you are exporting data to Excel. This is second set of data. Then you are again importing that data into your GST return filing software. Then this is third set of data. And you are uploading data to GST portal. This is fourth set of data. In that case, you need to reconcile all the four types of data again and again. There is a possibility of missing a voucher in Excel file. If you import the data into Excel from Tally, then there is a possibility of missing one particular invoice for GSTR1. This invoice may not go to your GST return filing software, and ultimately GST return filing software will file the data according to the data it is having. So there is a mismatch. There is a possibility of mismatch. So I would strongly recommend all of you. To file your GST return from Tally itself. Now let me know how many of you are already doing this activity. If you are using Tally software for filing GST return, means you are generating JSON file from Tally. Type JSON in chat box. JSON. Yes. Kirthi Consultancy. Yes. Pramod Limaye, Devanshu Ariwala, CA, Jidnyasa, Vinay Jain, Hussein, Excel. Yes. Most of you, Snehal Parikh, Smita Patil, Jason, Suresh Jain, Jason. So I am happy that most of you know. Okay, doesn't matter. We're in a single Winman software. Harshad Prajapati, Jason. Okay. There are some advantages of using that GST return filing software. I know, do understand that, but I would always recommend all of you to use Tally for GST return filing software. Now there is one more question from my side. Are you creating GST ledgers as per GST rates? Means CGST 9%, SGST 9%, CGST 2.5%, SGST 2.5%. Are you using ledgers? Are you creating ledgers in this way? If yes, then stop creating ledgers in this way, because you need not use the ledgers, you do not create the multiple ledgers as per rate. You can have one single ledger for CGST, one single ledger for HGST, and one single ledger for IGST. It will work for all types of rates. Please remember. Now, most of you are using GST feature in Tally, so I'm not going to explain it right now, but I am asking you one particular question. One question is that in your accounting or in your client's accounting, please check one particular thing. What is that? Kirthi Consultancy, what should I explain? Can you explain in detail? Means what you expect me to explain in detail? Please explain for all. What should I explain? Please do one thing. Just go to your balance sheet, then go to current liabilities, then go to duties and taxes, and inside GST, please check your GST payable amount. The GST payable amount for each month must match with your GSTR3B GST payment. Whatever you are paying through GSTR3B, it must be shown as payable on the last day of the month. For example, today it is 1st of February, 31st January is over. On 31st January, check your Tally accounting data and check what is the amount of GST payable. And GST payable means CGST, SGST, and IGST both, all, not both, all. So if the total of CGST, SGST, and IGST, this is what actually you are going to pay through GSTR3B, then you can pat like this. I have seen in most of the cases this does not match, and people scratch their head, literally scratch their head at the end of the period during the tax audit or statutory audit. So today itself, I am giving you a small homework. Please go to your accounting data and check it. Is it matching? Today, it may not match because it is first day of the month only. You can check it for December month. In December month, what was payable? Have you actually paid it? The payment is correct. I know that there is no mistake in payment. There might be a mistake in accounting if it is mismatched. So if there is a mismatch, there must be a mistake in accounting, or there might be some mistake in payment also. If accounting is incorrect, the payment will also be incorrect. Yes. Now there are certain questions regarding creating single head for different tax rate. Okay, I will explain, no problem. Please explain GST accounting feature in Tally. Okay. How can we avoid multiple ledger rates while return GST? I am not able to find HSN detail in return through JSON file. Okay, doesn't matter. I need to deduct tax under GST. Then what about the bills received but not appearing to be? Okay, how records of GST are to be using Tally? Okay. Now let me explain one small particular thing about what is GST payment account in this schedule. Just a minute. Now let me explain how we can use a single ledger for GST. Komal ma'am, How much time do I have?
So we can continue till 4:30.
Okay, no problem. Now, whenever you create a GST ledger, what you can do, I am going to show it from scratch. First of all, press F11 and ensure that this enable goods and service tax is set to yes. This must be set to yes. All of you might be knowing this, but I am again telling it to you. By default, it is yes only. Whenever we create a company in Tally, by default, it is yes. So it is yes. Now you set all these things as per your requirement. My state is Maharashtra, regular GST number, etc., etc. Just set it, all the things. As once it is set, what you can do? Let me show it to you very quickly. I am going to create ledger and CGST. This ledger is already existing, so I am giving us some different name to it. CGST, let us say new. Whenever I create a GST ledger, it should be placed under duties and taxes. Now here there are options: GST, CST, TDS, VAT, others. I am selecting GST, and here I am setting central tax. It is CGST. I am selecting central tax, and the rate, percentage of calculation, this field is given by Tally here. Many a time I have seen that people type the rate here, that's 9%. It should not be typed here. Please remember, please do not type rate here. Please do not type rate here. Let it be blank. People feel that, users feel that if I do not type the rate here, tax will not be calculated. No, tax will be calculated. So this is one common mistake that is committed by users many a times. I am specifically telling you not to type rate here. If you are typing the rate here now, if you are typing the rate here, then this particular ledger must be renamed as CGST 9%, which we actually do not want. Why? Because if you set the rate here, it will always calculate the rate with 9% only. But I am suggesting you to make it 0, or rather keep it 0. We will not type rate here. Now you might ask a question that how the rate will be calculated now. How we are going to tell the GST rate to Tally? There are 2 points where you can set the rate. Please remember, there are 2 points where you can set the rate. Point number 1, in stock item. There are actually multiple points where you can set the rate, but my suggestion, as per my suggestion, you can set the GST rate at 2 points. One is stock item if you are dealing into inventory. And if you are not dealing into inventory, for example, chartered accountants, we do not deal in inventory, then what to do? We can set the GST rate in ledgers, either in stock item or in ledger. Let me show it to you. Create ledger, professional fees. It is already available. Professional fees 1. Then direct income, GST applicable. Go to this point, set alter GST details, set it to yes. And one more mistake people commit: nature of transaction. It should be not applicable only. Please remember, nature of transaction must be not applicable. Here we will set it as taxable, and here we will set the rate. Here professional fees, consultancy fees, audit fees, whatever it may be, the rate is 18%. So we will set the rate here 18% and nothing else. Automatically it will calculate. Now as far as stock item is concerned, we will set the rate in stock item. Let us go to alter and let us go to stock item. Now this is a stock item. Here we can set the stock item, we can set the GST rate for stock item separately. Yes, you can set it in stock group also, you can set it in financial group also, but I would suggest you to set it for stock item only, so that there is a flexibility. Now here we will set the rate as 12% if it is 12%. Once it is set, you need not set it anywhere. In case you are having huge number of stock items with same rate, you are dealing in, let us say, automobile spare part, and you are having 20,000 stock items. Out of 20,000 stock items, there are around 2,000 stock items with same rate. You can place all these stock items in one group and you can set the rate for that particular group. Then you need not set the rate for each and every item separately. What is we are making an expense, one with GST and other with non-GST? Means you mean to say that this is quite possible. This is quite possible that you are required to set rate, multiple rates for same ledger. This is possible in case of repairs maintenance. This is possible in case of stationery, printing and stationery, because printing and stationery is such a head where all the four rates are possible: 5% GST, 12% GST, 18% GST, and 28% GST. All GST rates are possible in case of printing and stationery ledger. So it is a question that should we use four different ledgers for GST? No, not at all. We can have one single ledger. You may observe that most of the printing and stationery items are at 18% or 12%, whatever it may be. So set the rate as 12% or 18% in GST ledger. And after that, in case there is a purchase of stationery with some other rate, 5%, you can change the date during voucher entry also. So it is suggested to use the same ledger for all types of GST rates. Enlighten us on freight charges or courier charges, details applicable in GST. What you mean to say? I could not understand. Enlighten us on freight charges or courier charges, details applicable in GST. Means, please explain. Please share if we are doing export and SEZ, tax with or without tax, and EOU sales entry. Okay. If you are creating a party ledger, while creating the party ledger itself, there is an option provided by Tally. What is that option? Let me explain. Sundry data. I am creating a party ledger. There is an option here, set alter GST details. If I set it to yes, Tally will ask me some additional questions: registration type, SSC of other territory. Then e-commerce, is e-commerce operator, consider party as deemed exporter for purchases. And here you will get the option SEZ, deemed export, embassy, UN body, or SEZ. If it is a party registered under SEZ, you need to set this option accordingly. And once it is set, the Tally will calculate the tax accordingly. For example, let me explain it with my example. I am staying in Nagpur, and in Nagpur, around 15 kilometers from my office, there is an SEZ, special economic zone. So even if I am selling it within Maharashtra, I have to charge IGST. Both the registrations are in Maharashtra, but my client is in SEZ, hence I have to charge IGST. So even if both the states are Maharashtra, Tally will charge IGST if it is set to SEZ. What if the sale of goods are under different GST rates? How to deal with the same? You mean to say that in one particular invoice there are four different types of goods with four different rates? Is it your question? If it is your question, then there is nothing to do. There is very simple. Let us assume that you are selling four different goods with four different rates. Rates will be set in stock item only. There is one particular goods, one type of goods that is having 5% as GST rate, another 12%, another 18%, and another 28%. You are selling a mobile handset at 18% and you are selling air conditioner at 28%. So in that case, you are going to set the GST rate in stock item master. You need to just select the stock items in your sales bill. Tally will calculate the GST accordingly automatically. If we are providing the services to outside India and invoices provided in Indian currency, how the party ledger will be created? This is something related to foreign currency transaction, and I am going to give my office number to you. We will not be discussing this question right now because it is totally away from our subject, out of syllabus question, and charging GST. We will discuss it offline. Don't worry, I am giving my office number to you. You can talk to me directly also, no problem. Yes. So GST accounting and returns, I am specifically giving you one assignment, one homework. Go and check your accounting data and check the GST payable as on 31st December and check whether it is matching with your GSTR 3B payment. If it is matching, well and good, but in most of the cases I have seen that it does not match. If it is not matching, you need to work upon your accounting. It must match. Pro forma invoicing, many a times it is seen that we create the invoice, we raise the invoice, we provide it, we send it to client, and client takes 3, 4, 5 months. If it is a government client, it may take more time to pay, and we need to pay the GST amount immediately after end of the month, before 20th of the next month. So in that case, I have seen that many people do not know you can have pro forma invoicing in Tally. How to use pro forma invoice? There is a feature called as optional vouchers. How many of you know this feature, optional voucher? Yes, Srivastav, PJ Srivastav, Vinay Singhal, Nikita Javeri, Rakesh M, Prashant, Sujitra, Himanshu Kumar. No, but don't use it. Yes, just seen but not worked. Vansh Girdhar, no, not using this feature. Yes, so around 50% of people are already using it, 50% of people don't know about it. So it is a motivation factor for me. There is something new to all of you, those who don't know about it. Yes, very good. PJ Srinivasan, after receiving check cash from client, we raise original invoice with GST. Please remember, you are using this feature, but this feature is going to create, if you are using optional vouchers, if you are giving pro forma invoice, then you need to raise new bill, and in that case the bill number will also change. It is a good feature to manage our cash flow in terms of GST payment. How you can use optional voucher, let me explain now. Whenever you go to any voucher, let us go to DSS, display statement of account statistics, and let us go to sales data, sales voucher. So this is sales data. Now I am opening one particular sales voucher. Let us open this voucher. This is a voucher, and this is a sales voucher. If you feel that this particular client may take some time to make payment and you did not to pay GST, okay. On right hand side there is a button here, optional. You can click this button. I hope this button is visible to all of you. You can click this button, and as soon as you click this button, you will get a sticker, a stamp on this particular voucher. Now it has become optional. This has become optional, but please remember, it is not yet saved. So what we need to do, we need to press enter, and we need to save this voucher. Once we save this voucher, what will happen? This voucher will be removed from your trial balance. It will be removed from accounting data, and it will be parked at some other place. It is parked for your reference only, but it does not form part of your accounting data. It is not going to affect your trial balance. It is not going to affect your balance sheet. Please remember. Now one more question was there, how you can change the rate. This is how you can change the rate. I am just pressing enter on the voucher. As soon as I press enter on this amount field, please remember I am pressing here 7,500. I am pressing enter here. And after pressing enter here, Tally is asking me the rate. Currently, by default, the voucher, the rate set in account ledger master is 18%. If I want to change it to 12%, yes, it is possible. Now, the GST calculation will change accordingly. Earlier, it was 8850. Now it is 8400. The GST rate has changed. I am pressing enter, 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 and I am saving this voucher. Once it is saved, it will not affect your trial balance. It is out of your trial balance, and it does not form the balance sheet part. It is not affecting the balance sheet. Please remember. I am pressing escape, escape. Now this voucher is removed from the accounting data, but it is there in Tally. How you can get this voucher back? I am going to display, and inside display, there is a report called as exception reports. I am pressing this, and inside exception report, there is a menu called as optional vouchers. So I am opening this menu. After opening, you will get all the optional vouchers. Now, if you want to get any voucher back, what you can do, this is the voucher, 8,400. It is written in italics. Please remember, I am pressing this, I am opening this voucher, and on right hand side, earlier it was optional button. Now the button name is changed and it is regular. I am clicking here. Now the voucher has become regular. What I need to do, I need to press Ctrl A to save the voucher. Once I press Ctrl A and save the voucher, it will be removed from the list of optional vouchers, and now it is a regular voucher, and now it is affecting your trial balance. So this is how you can use optional vouchers in Tally. Please show button again where it is parked, then how inventory will be managed. Please show the button again. Okay. You can open any voucher, just open any voucher on right hand side. Now it is regular. Why? Because it is already an optional voucher. If I click here, now it has become a regular voucher. The button name is changed to optional. It is called as toggle button. The same button can be used in two ways, to make it optional or to make it regular. Let me check the next question quickly. Where it is part, I think I have answered this question. It is part, it is a separate list. Let me show it to you again, no problem. Is it compulsory to enable classification at the time of discount? No, not at all. It is not necessary to enable classification. Rather, I would suggest not to enable classification. It is something that is not needed. Will it affect invoice series? Yes, 100% it will affect invoice series. Very good question. Himanshu, Hanumesh Kumar Janadri. Very good. It is going to affect your invoice series. So what to do in such case? Invoice numbering series, it is something which we actually do not want to get disturbed. Please remember, it is not at all allowed, and it is not a good sign. So what you can do, you can create a separate voucher type for pro forma invoice, and by default you can set it as optional. Let me show it. TJ Srinivasan, please answer my earlier question also. What was your earlier question? Because there are so many questions now. Can you please type it again? Because I will have to check it. Okay, I got your question, sir. As per GST provision, we had to issue GST invoice within 30 days of supply of services. If we use pro forma invoice method, are we contravening it? Yes, 100%. Pro forma invoice is something for our convenience. It is not as per GST law. It is not as per GST convenience. As per rule, if we are required to give invoice within 30 days of providing the service, the concept of pro forma invoice will not work. Please remember. For that, you can do one thing. You can say that I have not fully provided the service. It is a part service only. You may provide 90% of the service, 10% of the service is yet to be provided. So my work is not yet complete, hence I am not raising the invoice. This is something possible. Then how inventory will be managed? Your question is very good. How inventory will be managed? In that case, you can raise a delivery note. You can create a delivery note. The inventory will be reduced on recording of delivery note, and the pro forma invoice may be raised. Pro forma invoice, in case of pro forma invoice, in that case, no inventory will be deducted because it is already deducted during the recording of delivery note. GST invoice series affected. So in that case, what you can do, you can just create a new voucher type for pro forma invoice. Let me show it to you. Go to alter, go to voucher type, and let me check. Yes, I do have pro forma invoice here. I am opening this voucher type. Let me show it to you again, once again. On gateway of Tally. I am on gateway of Tally. Where to go now? Let us go to alter, then voucher type, then pro forma. I am having it. What you can do, you can go to create. Go to create, then voucher type, and type pro forma invoice. I am already having it. I am typing one. Voucher type is sales, and there is a question here. Make this voucher type as optional by default. Make this voucher type as optional by default. Set it to yes. Whenever you create a new voucher in this series, it will always be of an optional voucher. You need not create it as optional voucher again. You need not press any button. It will be by default optional voucher. So there will be a separate series, and your regular series will not get disturbed. Now let us move to the next point. Bank reconciliation. I hope all of you are doing it in Tally only. If you are not doing it, start doing bank reconciliation in Tally. I am not going to explain it because this is a very old feature provided by Tally, and most of you are doing it. Now, in case of bank reconciliation, there is one very small point which you must remember. Whenever we ask our assistants, our staff, our accountants, or client's accountant whether the bank is tallied, the accountant or the person who is doing bank reconciliation may proudly say that yes sir, it is tallied, no problem at all. Can we pass expense voucher as optional? 100%. You can record any voucher as optional, no problem. Sales, purchase, receipt, payment, contract, journal, delivery note, receipt note, whatever it may be. Just a minute. Your assistant, you are asking a simple question to your assistant that whether the bank is tallied. He may proudly says that sir, it is tallied, it is always tallied. Now, how you can check whether it is tallied? Let me show it to you. Banking. If I go to banking and if I go to bank reconciliation, you will get the names of the bank. So I am getting the names of the bank. Let us say this IOB, I am opening this account. And in case of bank reconciliation, what you will check? Balance as per bank. This is the balance as per bank. You will check the bank statement with this particular balance. Bank statement shows the same balance for particular date. You are checking the reconciliation as on particular date. The bank statement also shows the same balance. The bank is reconciled, absolutely no problem at all. But still there is a problem. What is that problem? The answer is not on this screen. It is a logical problem. Bank reconciliation is done in Tally. The balance as per bank statement is matching with this particular balance, that is balance as per bank. Absolutely no problem. Account theoretically it is correct, but still there is a problem. Yes, very good, Sarvesh Arya. There may be some checks that is deposit checks, not issued check. We are not worried about payment checks. We are worried about deposit check, receipt check. There may be certain checks which are older than 3 months and still pending in bank reconciliation. If it is so, it is a matter of serious concern for us as well as for our clients. So whenever we are checking the bank reconciliation, do check that whether there are any checks, receipts checks, deposit checks, which are either older than 3 months or about to be expired. So expired checks are of no use. We need to reverse these entries. Thanks, sir. I try optional. option for the performance. It works. Once again, thank you. So thank you very much, Hussein Tinwala. I am very much happy that I am able to add at least a small amount of value in your life. आपकी जिंदगी में, sorry for speaking in Hindi. I am able to add some value in your life, in your professional life, and I am able to help you to some extent. So this is how you can do the bank reconciliation in Tally. In bank reconciliation, what you need to do, just let me tell you in very few seconds only. You can go to this menu. Just let me tell you once again. Once again, we are going to Gateway of Tally. On Gateway of Tally, there is a menu called as Banking. In Banking, we go to the bank reconciliation. We select the bank, and what we need to do, we need to just type the bank date here. Whatever may be the date on which the transaction is cleared in bank statement, you need to type the date only and save it. Once you type the date, automatically the balance in the bottom will get changed. Balance as per bank, it will get changed accordingly one by one, and this balance at the bottom must match with the bank statement balance. This is the simple rule. And in case there are certain transactions which are appearing in bank statement but not appearing in accounting, for example, bank charges. Bank has levied certain charges and the bank charges are not appearing in your accounting. What you need to do, you need to record these transactions. And if these transactions are not related to you, bank has withdrawn certain money from your account and you have not made any such payment, can this happen? All of you are chartered accountants. Let me know answer to this question. There are certain payments in your bank statement which you have not paid or you are not remembering making any such payment. Is it possible? Vinit Jain, Kuljit Mangat, Suhas Rege. All of you are saying yes. 100% yes. Please remember, it is possible. We need to reconcile bank. It has happened with me only. From my bank account, bank has paid rupees 40,000 to somebody else without my permission. So don't rely upon bank. Don't assume that there will be no mistake in bank. Yes, there is a possibility. Mark changes. There is a very small feature which is going to use you a lot. There is a complete audit trail feature in Tally which is available, but I am not asking you or suggesting you right now to use that complete audit trail feature. There is a very small option in Tally. Many people do not know about it. So it will be of use definitely. I am going to Gateway of Tally screen. And on Gateway of Tally screen, I am pressing F11. And please remember one particular point. In Tally ERP9, there was a button here, F11. Now the button is removed in TallyPrime. This button is not visible in TallyPrime, but the button works on keyboard. I am pressing F11. It works on keyboard. It is not available on screen. On right hand side, at the bottom, there is an option. What is that option? Mark modified vouchers. Just set it to yes. You need not do anything. Mark modified vouchers. When you set it to yes, there is a separate trail of the new vouchers, newly created vouchers, or any modified vouchers. Whenever there is a new voucher, it will appear in a separate report. Whenever there is a change in previously entered voucher, it will appear in a report. What you need to do, you just need to set it to yes. Once it is set to yes, your work is over. It is a matter of just 2 seconds only. 2 seconds में आप ये काम कर सकते हैं. Now, how you will get the report for changed or modified vouchers? I am pressing escape. Now go to display more reports, and inside display more reports, go to exception reports, and inside exception reports, there is a menu called as marked vouchers. I can open this menu, and once it is open, this is the list of marked vouchers, means changed vouchers. Once you file the GST return, and if there are any changes inadvertently or deliberately, All these changes will appear in this report. This report is extremely useful. This report is extremely useful. If you find that there are certain changes in your data, changes in figures, numbers, you can always go to this menu and check whether any voucher is appearing. And once you find that everything is okay, what you can do? Clear all marking. You can do clear all marking. Once you click this button, all the vouchers will be removed from this report and there will be no vouchers in this report. And afterwards, if there are any new vouchers, if there are any new changes to your accounting data, again the vouchers will appear here. So what you can do, once you file the GST return, go to this menu and click on clear all marking. Is it useful? Just let me know in the chat box. Yes. Can we use multiple HSN in single ledger of expense? Later on also, Vinit Jain, later on also there will not be any trail. Yes, absolutely right. Later on also there will not be any trail, which is the question in the mind of auditor. Yes, I do understand your question. Yes. CA Jitnyasha Tungare, yes, very much useful for monthly audit. Yes, you can use it for monthly audit also. In case of internal audit also, just click on that button, accept all the vouchers. Once all the vouchers are accepted, and in case later on there are any changes, you will find these changes very easily. Can we use multiple HSN for single ledger of expenses? You cannot mark multiple HSN in single ledger as a master data, but you can definitely do it in voucher level. At the time of recording vouchers, you can definitely do it, but it is not possible in master data. But my question is that why you want to use multiple HSN for single stock item? This is my question. Logically, it is not required. If HSN is changed, you can use a new stock item. Control over debtors and creditors, analysis and verification. Now let me explain this to you. In Tally, there is a system of bill by bill accounting. Many of you might be using it. Hussein Teenwala, can you please explain once again about mark? In many times there are multiple HSN. Is this useful for modified vouchers? What about deleted vouchers? No, it is not useful for deleted vouchers. You will not be able to track it. So many questions are there. Just a minute.
I think we should keep the questions to the audience if they
Yes,
have
yes,
put their
yes.
question in the Q&A, because you know
Yes.
that way it will be easy for you. Because ऐसे नहीं तो chat ऊपर नीचे जाते रहते हैं, and you know you might miss a track of at least one or two questions. So note to the audience, if you have a direct question to ask, which please put it in Q&A so that we can see it. It's very difficult to, you know, keep a track in the chat box. In the
Yes, yes,
Q&A,
yes.
we can mark it as answered so that, you know, the next question pops in the top.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, no problem. So let me explain this point, control over debtors and creditors. In Tally, there is a system of recording bill-to-bill transactions. Many of you might be knowing this, that we can mark a transaction as either new reference or against reference. If you are not knowing about it, just let me know in the chat box. If you are not knowing, I will be explaining. Otherwise, I will go ahead with the further point. Vinit Jain says, please explain. Don't know. Okay, using. So those you are using, I'm very happy. But for those who don't know, let me explain it very quickly. I'm going to accounting vouchers, or alternatively, what we can do, let me create a new company for this purpose so that it will be very easy. TallyCA Connect. So let us not use GST in this company. Make it very simple. Let us keep it very simple. Yes, document manager is an add-on where we can attach scanned copies of purchase invoices or any type of invoice. It is useful for purchase invoice basically, because in case of audit we need that purchase document, the document for taking GST ITC. That is very useful. There are so many add-ons, so many customization in my Tally software because I keep on experimenting with it again and again, and I want to use it at optimum level, absolutely optimum level. So let us go to this voucher. I am pressing F8 for sales. I am pressing Ctrl H for change mode, and I am using it as simple voucher. Debit. Let us create one party, customer 1, under sundry debtors. Use this question must be yes. Maintain balances by this must be set to yes. If it is set to yes, then only you will get the option of referencing. Enter and accept. Customer 1, I am debiting the customer 1 by rupees 10,000. Let us say I am recording the bill for rupees 10,000. Now here I am getting the option. There are 4 options: against advance, against reference, new reference, on account. By default it is new reference. Why? Because it is a starting of new transaction. I am pressing enter, and now I am creating a sales ledger. Sales under sales account. Enter GST, let us say not applicable for the time being. We will not be using GST for this. Name of item is not needed. Press enter. Name of item, this is without inventory. Is asking for cost center also. I have saved this voucher. What was the date of this voucher? 1st April 22. This was the date of voucher. Now let us create 2 more vouchers. I am creating one more voucher on 1st of May. Now customer 1 once again. $20,000 sales. Now I'm creating one more voucher, 3rd voucher on 1st of June. Customer 1, $30,000. So I have created 3 vouchers, 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000. What should be the figure of sundry debtors in my balance sheet? Just let me know in the chat box. I have created 3 vouchers for sales, 10,000, 20,000 and 30,000. What should be the figure of sundry debtors in my balance sheet? 60,000, yes, Nikita Javeri, Vinit Jain, Hanumesh Kumar. Yes, very good. So 60,000, let us check whether it is there. 60,000, I am going to balance sheet, and inside balance sheet, current assets, sundry debtors, customer 1, it is 60,000, which is very good, very correct, absolutely correct. Now I am going to one more report in Tally. What is that report? I am going to this display more reports, then statement of accounts. Just a minute. This statement of accounts, then outstanding and receivable. Inside receivable, I am getting the same figure. Now again, I am giving you small homework. I have given one homework to you. What was that homework? It was about GST payable. Check GST payable as on 31st December, the balance, the figure in balance sheet. GST payable figure in balance sheet as on 31st December, and check whether it is matching with your GST or 3P payment. Now, second homework given to you for your own accounting as well as accounting of your clients, go and check whether the 2 figures are matching. Which 2 figures? The figure of sundry debtors in balance sheet. This is balance sheet and current assets, sundry debtors. It is showing 60,000. This figure must match with display, then statement of accounts, outstanding and receivable. It is 60,000. It must match. And if it is not matching, it must that you are not recording the transactions as per new reference and against reference correctly. If you ensure this system meticulously, what will happen? If you ensure this system meticulously, you will be having complete control over your debtors. And the same system can be used for creditors also. The figure of sundry creditors must match with this payable figure. Currently, there are no payables, so hence there is nothing. Now, let me show you in this another company, which is already open. Let us go to balance sheet. Inside balance sheet, let us go to current assets, and inside current assets, what is the figure of sundry debtors? Sundry debtor is showing credit balance also. It is 12,92,473.82. Now let us go to this display more reports, then statement of accounts, outstanding and receivable. Inside this receivable, it is 18 lakhs. In balance sheet, it was 12 lakhs, and in outstanding report, it is 18 lakhs. So there is a difference of 6 lakhs. When you start matching these two figures, what will happen? You will come across so many different types of mistakes committed by your staff, by your accountant, by your client's accountant. Once you clean this data, Kamlesh Kukreja, if we give advance to the creditors, then also it shows under receivable. Yes, absolutely right. Now I'm giving you another solution for this. What you can do, you can go to group. Once again, let me show it to you. Display more reports, then statement of accounts, then outstanding. Now instead of going to receivable, you can go to group and type sundry debtors. Here you will not get any advance. This is 16,18,000. It was 12 lakhs in balance sheet. So still there is a difference of rupees 4 lakhs. So this report must match. Please remember, when you start checking this data, you will explore so many things, so many mistakes. And once you clean this data, it will take some time to clean the data. Once you clean the data, you have to keep a watch on this figure. Ask your accountants, ask your assistant to report these two figures on a daily basis. If you are getting this report, they themselves only knows that there is some mistake, and they themselves will also rectify the mistake. You need not put in your head and mind in rectifying the mistake. Earlier in my previous slide, I told you that you can save money if you are using Tally effectively. You can also earn money if you are using the Tally effectively. Now this is the point where you can save the money. Control over debtors. If you are having complete control over the debtors, you will be having a correct list of debtors. You will having correct outstanding, bill wise outstanding of debtors, and there will be reduction in losses due to bad debts. So please remember, your bad debts can be reduced. You can save money. And if you are maintaining this system effectively for yourself, you can also maintain it for your clients. You can charge your clients separately for this. I am doing this for my clients and charging separately for this. So I am here in this session. I am giving you an idea to earn money. Debtors matched, creditors not matched. Creditors also must match. Why? Because many a times it happens that we may pay a creditor twice. We may make a payment make a duplicate payment against single bill. Under ledger wise bills, can we get amount classified as an outstanding separately? Yes, definitely you can get it. So this is one of the way of using Tally effectively. You can use the Tally effectively. Definitely it is means, please remember, you can earn money out of this also. This is a very good feature provided by Tally for having complete control over debtors as well as creditors. Friends, from my side, there are so many other things to discuss about, but the time given to me was up to 4:30. Now it is 4:24. I am keeping some time for question and answer now. Now I am ready to answer your questions. Let me check. But before that, there is a small request to all of you. You can stay connected with me. I am giving some details to you. Just a minute. Till that time, you can type your questions.
And also, I think from the raised hands, we can take questions directly.
Yes. I am taking questions. No problem.
I think Mr. Manoj, I have unmuted you. If you want to ask your questions directly to Pankaj sir, you may.
Yes, that is also okay. No problem at all.
Yeah. Mr. Arvind. Yeah, Arvindji, yes, you may ask your question.
Yeah, the problem is in some reporting or recording of HSN codes, because when we purchase thing, so the bill has so many HSN codes. Suppose we are going to install a machinery and we buy a lot of components, and they have different HSN codes, and we book in one head. So because we have to record and report the inward HSN code also, although it is not being done right now, but definitely we have a system, so it is going to happen. So that creates a problem in recording the HSN code in Tally.
So what is your exact question?
The question is, when we buy something, if the invoice has so many HSN code and we pass a single entry.
Okay. So, means you do not want to maintain inventory.
Yeah, how can we maintain? See, we are building a fixed asset. We are building a machinery. And for that fixed asset, we are purchasing lot of component, and we are just one invoice that has lot of component, and we go and pass the entry in our books, like just for in the name of machinery only.
There are two options for your query. Option number one, either you maintain the complete inventory, and option number two, if you do not want to use inventory at the time of recording any voucher. So let us assume that there are 10 items in your purchase bill, and there are 10 different HSN codes.
Yeah.
So what you can do, you can record that particular debit ledger or expense ledger 10 times in one single invoice, and have separate HSN for each of the item. You did not maintain inventory.
But where we get, actually, I don't get that screen for inputting that HSN code every time I record the entry.
Just a minute, let me show it to you. Komal ma'am, can you please allow me to type in the chat box, because I am not able to type. It is for host or panelist only. Can I type it for all?
Okay, Acha, you're using the another laptop. I'll just convert it to
I'm using
co-host.
another laptop.
Yeah. So now you will be able to.
Yes. Everyone, yes, okay, everyone. So I am typing one particular link here. It is the link of my YouTube channel. You can visit Tally's YouTube channel also, but it is my YouTube channel. You can check. There are so many videos which are available on this channel regarding Tally, and you can share it with your office staff also. Just click on the link, and now I am answering your question. Now once again I will have to share it. Share screen. Yes. I am going to this vouchers. F9 purchase. Here I do not want to use inventory. I am going to change mode. Inside change mode, I am going to accounting invoice. Party name, let us select any party name. Particulars, let us say accounting charges. Let us say 10,000. HSN option is not available. There is a problem. You cannot type separate HSN here in same voucher. All other options are available, but HSN option is not available.
Actually, that becomes very complex exercise when at the end of year I want to see my HSN.
Multiple HSN option is not available. Okay. May I go to the next question? Now let me answer the questions from the question box.
Mr. Mittal Parmar, Bharati Rajpar, and Manoj sir. I've unmuted you, so you can ask your question directly to Pankaj sir.
Yes.
Okay, tab tak sir, we can do the Q&A part.
Mark vouchers key to active. I could not understand this question. Is it a question or is it a comment? Mark vouchers key
It
to active.
might be when you were taking this thing.
Yes. How can we get the log for changes in controls like accounting features, inventory features, user access made by admin during the financial year? It is not possible in Tally to have a log for it. You can have a log for vouchers, modification made in data. It is possible to get it, but there is no log for modifications that are being made to settings. Changes in settings cannot be tracked. Then can we use Tally document add-on for TallyPrime at remote level? It is possible at remote level, but there are certain challenges. The case it is to be handled on case-to-case basis. Not so easy, but possible. Then can we search items using any particular invoice reference? Yes, in search items. Items means stock items. Can we search items using any particular invoice reference? Probably yes, but I will have to check whether it is possible or not. I don't think there will be any problem, because in case of alter F12, when we use range function, then the option is there for using this invoice reference. It can be searched with invoice reference. How to get report of outstanding debtors and creditors as per schedule 3? As per schedule 3 means you meant to say that up to 90 days, beyond 90 days, or up to 180 days, or beyond 180 days. If it is your question, then it is available. Can we change? Yes.
सर मनोज अंबानी बोल रहा हूँ.
Yes, yes, please.
सर एक क्वेरी था मुझे कि अपन अगर सपोज मान लेते हैं जैसे इलेक्ट्रॉनिक गुड्स में क्या होता है कि सीरियल नंबर होते हैं.
Manoj ji, you can answer me. You can ask me the question offline also. I am available for you, no problem. You can contact me. I request you to just wait, because there are so many questions and so many new people. Is it okay?
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Manoj ji.
Yeah, Bharti ma'am, I think, and Pama Mittal, you were going to say something? Pama ji? Okay, I think so. Let's continue with the questions because it's getting.
Okay. So I have answered this question, Rajendra Kakaria. Vinit Jain, can we change this method of using reference number in mid of the year? Yes, definitely. You can change it at any point of time. No problem at all. But one particular task you have to complete, that you need to clean the previous year data. Previous data, there may be some old data, you need to clean it once. Okay, no problem. How to reconcile GSTR 2B by using Tally features? Currently, Tally is having a facility to import data from 2B directly. You can import the data and match it with your accounting data, match it with your purchases. But this feature needs some improvement, and these improvements have already been made by Tally, and they are going to launch their new release, that is release 3, very soon. I have already checked the demo of that release, but it is not yet made live. It is not yet available for us to use it directly. For that purpose, we need to wait for, I don't know how much time it will take, but approximately I expect it to get it by 31st March of this year. So there is a lot of improvement in this GSTR 2 reconciliation, and I am having one particular thing with me, available with me. You can use that thing. For that purpose, you can contact my office. I am giving my office number. Before I forget, let me give it to you. I am typing it in chat box. I am typing my personal email also in the chat box. So this is my personal email. I personally read this email. You can contact me, and this is my office number. This is one number. This is another number. You can call on these numbers, no problem. They will all definitely help you, no problem at all. Now next question. Let us take the next question. How to record sale of intermediary services provided to foreign company, because place of supply in that case is place of service provider India. So CGST, SGST applicable. However, recipient address in master data is foreign location usage. It shows nature of transaction taxable and location of recipient does not match. How I can change place of supply in that case? You need not change the place of supply. What you need to change, there is an option in classification. You can create a separate for export sale. Please there is a separate option. You can create a separate ledger for this purpose, and there is an option, just a minute, there is an option in classification. Let me show it to you. Alter ledger sales, let us say any sales, this ledger applicable, yes. And here nature of transactions, here you can set it to export exempt or export nil rated, whatever it may be, export taxable according to your requirement. Just go to this option and set it accordingly. You will get all the calculations done correctly by Tally. Yes. Is there any option to block a ledger for further posting? Yes, 100% available, but subject to add-on, use of add-on. This add-on is also available on Tally Shop. The add-on name is ledger blocking. You can block that ledger. That ledger will remain there in accounting, but it will not be available in list of ledgers while recording a transaction. So you can stop further use of that particular ledger. Sir, short keys to active marked pouches unable to find in my Tally ERP9. You can go to F11. First of all, go to F11 and set it to yes. Let me show it to you again, once again. I am pressing escape. Escape, gateway of Tally. I am on gateway of Tally. I hope my screen is visible. I am pressing F11. In case of F11, you can go to this option and set it to yes. Once you set it to yes, you will get this option will be on automatically. Now next question. Sanjeev Goel, how to see log of activities done by different users? Go to daybook. I am going to daybook. This is D, or you can go to daybook directly. Let us change the period. I am pressing F12 now, and there is an option here, show entered by / altered by. Set it to yes. You will get the names of all the users who have either entered or altered the transactions. This is a simple option. You can do it in ledger also. In case of daybook, you will get it very easily. Entered by Pankaj, entered by Gauri, entered by, this is available. Now let us go to the next question. How to rectify negative ledger and difference in opening balance? Negative ledger means debtor having credit balance or creditor having debit balance. You need to correct your accounting. There is some mistake. In case there are negative ledgers, it is not necessary that there is a mistake, but there is a probability of mistake. Just take, if you are receiving advance from a customer, it will always show in negative ledger, but it is not a mistake, it is correct. And difference in opening balance, if you want to rectify the difference in opening balance, you must have the balance sheet, audited balance sheet, that is used for that is the signed balance sheet by auditor, that is the final balance sheet, and you need to check each and every ledger in Tally for opening balance. Once you check all the opening balances, you will automatically find out the difference, and the difference can be rectified by changing the opening balances, rectifying the opening balances. How can we get sales and purchases as GST rate wise annually? How can we get sales and purchase as GST rate wise annually? You mean to say that there are different products with you and you are selling it at different rates. You can go to sale register and you can get columnar register. If you are getting columnar register, you can get all that data in columnar register. Otherwise, you can have separate ledgers for separate GST rates. These are the two ways. Is it possible to generate financial statements in new Schedule 3 format from Tally? This facility was available in Tally ERP 9. Now this facility is not available in TallyPrime. Probably they may introduce in next release, but currently it is not available. Can you show once how can we change default tax rate during voucher entry? I have already shown it to you, but no problem. I will show it to you again. No problem. I am going to any particular entered voucher. Sales voucher. Let us open the sales voucher, any sales voucher. After opening the sales voucher, I am pressing enter on this rupees 25,000. I am pressing enter on this 25,000. As soon as I press this enter on 25,000, it will take to me a new screen. Here I can change the rate during voucher entry. It is 18%. Now I am typing as 12%. Now there might be a question from your side, which I am answering in advance. How you can get this screen? Sometimes you may not get this screen. So what you can do at this point of time, press F12 and modify. This is the question. Modify tax rate details of GST. By default, this is no. If this is no, you will not get that additional pop-up screen. If this is yes, then only you will get additional pop-up screen. So first of all, press F12 and set this question to yes. Then only you will get this pop-up. How to set synchronization with head office? This is Nuruddin, Mr. Nuruddin. This is absolutely a very big topic, and it is not possible to answer your question. You can get in touch with my staff. I have given you the number, and definitely we can do it in Tally. I am using this synchronization features for some of my clients, and there is a better way also available with us. Instead of synchronization, you can use Tally on cloud. These options also work, but I will have to understand what is your requirement, and then only I can suggest you what to do, what is the best solution for you. We need this data for filing GSTR 9 and 9C. We need purchase and sales data as GST rate wise. So can I get this data in Tally? Yes, definitely you can get it, but after some small working, you need to do it. In case you want my help, no problem at all. Just call in on this number, because we have to check the data. It is possible, but small working is required. So Komal ma'am, I think I have answered all the queries.
Yes, so I was about to say that we need to do the time check.
Yes.
I think it's quite fascinating to say that you have answered all the questions right from chat and Q&A and without having to disrupt your flow. That was very amazing. Rightly called trading is your passion.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Pankaj sir, for a superbly engaging session. So I think we will have to conclude the session. We will post this recording. I could see some of you have been asking how to please repeat and everything. I think the recording will help you with that part, as we have a time check. And definitely we may have Pankaj sir whenever his schedule applies. Are free for us, and definitely we will have Pankaj sir again on this forum. Thank you so much, Pankaj sir. I'll just conclude the session.
Yes, yes, sure. Thank you.
The recording link will be available in our community page, that is for Chartered Accountants, community.tallysolutions.com. Also, you can go to our YouTube channel under Tally CA Connect, where all the videos from Tally CA Connect are uploaded. Thank you so much.